What is up, my dudes? Week 15 waiver wire ads are live, and nothing screams fantasy football quite like small town Christmas parades on a Saturday night. You're out there freezing your keister off for 2 full hours, hot chocolate's getting cold, kids are crying, noses are running, you're just praying for that one Santa float at the very end. And half the time, the thing breaks down, and all you're left with is some cheap candy canes and a participation high five from that weird guy you used to make fun of from the science wall in high school. Yep, that exact feeling is holding Trey Benson on your bench since week 5. Straight up roster theft, wrapped in a big red bow and left under a tree to die. And you know what's worse than listening to Santa Baby on repeat at the mall while waiting in line for 45 minutes for a picture with Santa? Or getting trapped under the mistletoe with the security manager at your company Christmas party? It's hearing about the perfect waiver wire ad and sprinting to your phone like it's Christmas morning, heart absolutely pounding, only to open up the app and realize some degenerate might as well have rearranged your lawn reindeer, and that player's 98% rostered in every single league you play in. It's absolutely soul-crushing. That's why everyone I'm giving you on today's list is under 40% on Sleeper. We're digging deep in the coal pile, but trust me, there are still diamonds out there, guys. So go grab them before someone else turns your playoff run into a giant lump of coal. Guys, playoffs are starting. Every ad counts. No handcuffs really on this list. I got a couple Hail Mary ads. I got the injury report. And I also have some trending players. I'm going to be telling you, should we be going for them or should we not be going for them? But all my waiver ads are under 40% rostered. So buckle up, sit tight. Here we go. Let's dive into today's injury report. We got Daniel Jones, Achilles injury, Jaden Daniels, elbow, Geno Smith, shoulder, Tyrod Taylor, groin injury, Devon Achane with a ribs injury, David Njoku, knee, Keaton Mitchell, which knee, I think he should be good to go, Zach Ertz with a gross knee, and then CD Lamb with a concussion. Lots of quarterback injuries this week, guys. Lots of them. And so I'm going to start this thing off with the one, the only, Shedeur Sanders, 18% rostered at Chicago. He racked up 4 TDs, and he even had one on the ground. Bears are the 7th best matchup against QBs, giving up 19.9 fantasy points per game. So even if you don't like Shedeur Sanders, maybe you have a QB that's injured, you got to do something. We're scraping the bottom of the barrel here, guys. I don't hate Shedeur right here in this matchup against the Bears. Next one, we went from the young guy. Now we're going to the old guy. I got Aaron Rodgers, 32% rostered. He's taken on Miami. He got a nice boost with that rushing TD last week. And it didn't look right because we didn't even get the discount double check dance. Remember that one? So just a little throwback there. Dolphins are giving up 18.3 fantasy points per game to opposing QBs. I got some Hail Mary ads. That's what I have for running backs. So before I hand this off to running backs, I'm just going to let you guys know today's episode is brought to you by our friends over at Sleeper. Sleeper, the absolute best place to play fantasy football, guys. Go to Sleeper and let's do their sleeper picks. Enter Dudes 100 and they'll match up to $100. And here's the deal. Just because your fantasy football season's over doesn't mean you got to quit playing fantasy football. Doesn't mean you can't do some DFS fun. So go over to Sleeper, pick the higher, pick the lower. You got to get more than 2 right. You got to get more than 1 right. And then you can win up to 100 times your money, guys. It's that easy. And if you want some help, join the dudes Thursday night on X or YouTube at TFF Dudes. We'll be giving our favorite plays. It's a lot of fun. The vibes are high. We got a lot of you yahoos jumping in with us. And when I say yahoos, I mean that in the most respectable way possible. That is an absolute compliment. But Thursday night, 9 p.m. Pacific, join the dudes. We'll be having some fun. We'll recap the Thursday night game, and we'll even give you our favorite plays for the week. So running backs, Jalen Wright, 5% rostered. Then we got Ollie Gordon, 13% rostered, taking on the Steelers. A little bit of running back uncertainty in Miami. McDaniels thinks Achane has a good chance to come back and play, but we need this insurance play, guys. You've been holding on to some of these handcuffs all year if you've had Achane. Achane didn't even play the whole game, and he still got you some fantasy points, which is absolutely amazing there. But Jalen Wright, Ollie Gordon can't be too safe, especially if you have HN, like I said. And hopefully, all you guys have been hanging on to Benson this whole entire season. That's been an absolute kick in the pants, if I'm being politically correct. And it has not paid off. I've held on to him. And, the Cardinals have absolutely teased us, even from Kyler Murray, even to, Trey Benson. It's been brutal. What's been even worse, though, is Michael Wilson is exactly what we all thought Marvin Harrison Jr. would be. Exactly. The guy's balling out. And yeah, you just keep wondering, like, everybody who drafted Marvin Harrison, like, yeah, that should be my guy. And it just has not happened at all. That's what I have for running backs. I'm going to throw it over to the wide receivers. I got my guy, Ryan Flournoy. Man, if you come to the lives, you know that I get made fun of a lot for how I pronounce guys' names. I should be able to say Ryan Flournoy's name a lot better. 2% rostered, taking on the Vikings, stepped up huge against the Lions, had a nice TD on Thursday Night Football. Expect a huge bounce back from George Pickens this week, but Flournoy is a nice flex play. And this is just assuming that CD Lamb does not play. There's my wide receivers. I got some more. I'm going to go into trending. Their roster ship's a little bit higher, and I'll be telling you if I like them, if I dislike them. You guys can tell me from there, but I just don't think I need to give you waiver ads, and the guys are like 65% rostered, 70% rostered. That does anyone no good, especially when it comes to playoff time. Tight ends, I got Colby Parkinson, 6% rostered, taking on the Lions, has scored a TD in 4 of 5 of his last games. Don't mind the Rams tight end there. Then I have Mike Gesicki, 6% rostered versus the Baltimore Ravens. Caught 6 of 6 targets for 86 yards. He was in second for the Bengals for receiving yards. He is splitting snaps with Noah Fant. There's really no telling who Burrow's going to go to there, but it's a decent dart throw with him. Then Mason Taylor, 20% rostered, going to Jacksonville, take on the Jaguars. And that's my waiver wire ad there. Let's hop into just, some trending players right now that I think are worth diving into. And if you guys are absolutely just torn about the whole college football playoff, like, we got the Notre Dame crybabies that, dropped out of the bowl game, don't want to play. Not saying I necessarily, I like the Pop-Tart Bowl. I think it's elite. That mascot, getting defrosted, that's a sight to see. So I'm, there's that. I think the players like doing it too. I get them wanting a championship, but it's a little crybaby-ish, and I think everyone agree. If you disagree, let me know in the comments, guys. I'd really like to hear what you think with that. So I got trending up right now. The top guys trending up, Blake Corum, 49% rostered. Absolutely smash ad. You got to add Blake Corum, guys. That is a no-brainer. Ryan Flournoy, he's on there too. Got to add him. Riley Leonard, QB for the Colts. The Colts are he's questionable. Colts are talking about bringing Phillip Rivers. The only reason I could see Phillip Rivers coming back is, he wants a ring, and the Colts are pretty good. The guy's a grandpa. The guy's just trying to bury Joe Flacco's comeback of the player year now at this point. Like, man, that takes a lot. And then he's got to restart his Hall of Fame, waiting period. Another 5 years for Phillip Rivers if he decides to play for the Colts. So that's a little bit of something, but other guys, Harold Fannin, tight end for the Browns, looked great. The rookie out of Bowling Green I believe he was tight end 1 on the week. Absolutely torched the Titans. I think you got to add him, guys. And is Njoku's questionable. So Harold Fannin, you need to add him if he's available there. Check the league for that. Jerry Jeudy, 50% rostered, had a resurgence. Had a nice little playoff run last year. He's 50% rostered, taken on the Bears. 17 fantasy points, by far his best game of the year. It's just, do you think Shedeur can do it or Shedeur can't? Other guys trending up right now. 49ers taking on the Titans. 49ers defense, 34% rostered. Very nice streaming defense there. Tyler Shaw. However you say that, guys. I really should look up like how to say this guy's name, but he had 2 rushing TDs last week. And that's worth noting. It's not a great matchup. Carolina Panthers, I think it's a nice play. The QB, the rookie, the 26-year-old rookie out of New Orleans, I don't dislike it. Luther Burden, 37% rostered. Should have been on this list. I'm just tired of saying Luther Burden every single week. Wide receiver for the Bears, taken on the Browns, had 9 fantasy points, 6 targets in 2 straight. Man, he has had at least 5 targets in 4 straight games. Volume's there. We just got to convert for Luther Burden. I don't know if it's even a him problem. Could just be a, Caleb Williams problem, honestly. Devin Singletary, 46% rostered, New York Giants. We need to add Devin Singletary, guys, if he's available in your league. Possibly, I don't think we have any Tyron Tracy Jr. I believe he is out. He's questionable right now. Add Singletary and CJ Stroud. Does anyone they beat the Chiefs? It was great. He got 12 fantasy points in my league. I don't think anyone's writing home about CJ Stroud getting 12 fantasy points this week. He's taking on the Cardinals. Not an absolute cakewalk. So I'm not super excited for that. Aaron Rodgers, I threw him in there. Go get Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, so I think that's kind of the trending, guys. JJ McCarthy, I'm not ready to give up on him, but he's playing Dallas. Defense has looked a little bit better. It just depends. Can they run the ball and, protect him a little bit? JJ McCarthy at Dallas. There was a lot of quarterback injuries. I'm just giving you guys some examples of some guys that, deep bottom into the barrel there that you got to go with potentially. What do we got here? We got a defense. I'm staying away from the Lions defense versus the Rams. Not doing that. Jaden Higgins, wide receiver from the Texans. Don't dislike that. It's fair. But yeah, I think that kind of does it there, guys. Everybody just trending up players and some guys trending down at AD Mitchell. I'm not, oh man, Justin Fields, not Justin Fields, Tyrod Taylor absolutely destroyed my team. AD Mitchell, not sure what we got going on with the quarterback situation there. Justin Fields was out this past week. Tyrod Taylor's questionable. Do we trust Brady Cook? Is that who played? Yeah, Brady Cook. Yeah, it's depending on the QB, I might be out on AD Mitchell. And I think that does it. We don't really need to get into handcuffs too much because season's almost over. Playoff time, guys. Time to buckle up. This is where dreams are made, guys. This is, December. What do we really want for Christmas? We want a fantasy championship. We don't want that Christmas morning where it's just getting absolutely crushed on that game that's happening. So, guys, those of you who've stuck with me all season, I really appreciate it. Sign up for the Dudes Letter. Get all these waiver ads sent directly to your inbox. Go to www.thefantasyfootballdudes.com and let you know whenever we're going live. Let you know with all kinds of good stuff that I just put in there. I don't spam you, I promise. It's 1 to 2 emails a week. It's usually pretty good stuff. So go check that out. Sign up for that, www.thefantasyfootballdudes.com. Hope to see you Thursday night where we're giving away hats on YouTube. And guys, waiting for some stickers to be made, and I'll be getting those hats out. I know I'm a little behind on shipping them out, but keep showing up. The hats will come. I think that does it. Thursday, we got our start, sits, sleepers. Hope to be nailing those. And we got our live Thursday night. Hope to see you all then. Until then, guys, as always, take care. That's a wrap.